No problem. I thought I heard your voice. Did you pop in and out? Must have been a teammate. All I heard was something like just another voice. I didn't know if you popped in or out or not. Woo-wee. We love that. Oh my gosh.
I got my gunbreaker to level 70 now, so I'm able to use the level 70 gear that we got, which is nice. And I got a new gun, got a new gun blade for him, so he looks dope.
Nice. I got a purple vest and a gold backpack.
Yeah, that gun. That's a smexy gun.
Okay, so it's the guy in here.
I wanted to add... And then I wanted to throw some stuff on that hot bar. Nope, it's not system, party, social. No, I want to add... Let's go into here and actually they're social, aren't they? No. How do I add these? I don't think I can just go to... Look it up real quick. How to add... Okay. Okay, so you just go to gear set. Ah, gotcha.
In gear has a. I knew it.
I think I also want to put that hot bar. I don't like.
I'm not about to try and 1v3 a team. Of course, the asshole fucking leaves the lobby.
There we go. That's easy. Yeah, there we go. That was good. Oh yeah,
Pisses me off.
I can switch. There, I set up so I can hot swap between classes on my hotbar.
Nice.
Oh, no. Oops, I don't want that one. Go. Oops, let me. Got it. Yeah. I've been working on my Gunbreaker quest line and stuff. I actually haven't done any more campaigns since that night we played. I've been just doing so much other stuff. Oh, wow, he's straight up. Top of the world. You run ahead and continue while I do nothing. This is my good boy right here. Nice. Let's go. Yeah, I just realized I one-shot that thing, so I might as well just get out. We children. Dang. Fair enough. Look at them earrings. Fair enough. You better, bro. Go get patched up. You're an important part of this crew. Darn right you did. Perfect. Never talks to it. Ooh, I just realized I should retitle my. Oh, crap, why did I do that? One second. What do I need to do? Okay. I'm gonna use that. Gotcha. I'm actually take a quick. I know I just started a stream, but I'm gonna run upstairs and go to the bathroom quick and grab myself a sweater because it's actually really chilly down here. So I'm gonna fly up here so I'm safe, and then I'll be right back. Okay. I'm feeling pretty excited about the new monitor tomorrow. It'll be nice to have a curved monitor again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like that Samsung I sold James, but the only reason I didn't keep it because it was just a regular 1080-60 monitor. And my computer was like getting too powerful, like 1080-60 wasn't cutting it anymore. I switched to 4K 60. But this is also bigger though, so I'm a little worried because it's a 32-inch monitor instead of a 27-inch monitor, so.
I'm low 20s. I prefer low 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 27 is supposed to be... 27 is supposed to be like ideal for a 1440p monitor. So 32 is big. But I play a lot more immersive games these days anyways than I do competitive stuff, so I think it'll be a better, you know, experience for me. Because I tend to enjoy the more cinematic stuff. I have more time for that, let's say.
Yeah.
Oh. Submit to my judgment. Tough, bro. Yep. Yes, you have. I love the color of his jacket, though. Like my favorite color, like that bluish greenish he's got. So good. Oh, is this the order? Uh-oh. No, it's not a gunfight.
Ooh, will I get an R301 bow check?
Nice.
Bow check. Yesterday I was disgusting with it. I killed 5 people with it.
I do not know what that is. R301 bow? What? It hit you at R301. That's a AR. Oh, okay. You just didn't. abbreviate. So you said R301 bow check. I was like, no, abbreviate. Enunciate. You said it just fine. You just said it all as if it was like it was the type of R301 is how I took it. Like it's an R301 bow check. Got you. I understand now. I understand. I bet. I hope so too. Ooh. Nice. All right, Sophie. My bad, girl. My bad. What? It'll be 4 seconds. You're not even a gun breaker. Why am I taking instruction from you? Because she thinks she's cute. She can say whatever she wants. Oh, I can't fly in Falcon's Nest yet. I haven't collected enough things. Looks like it's you and I, old buddy. Maybe we'll find a couple more. No, there's a big drop. Yeah. So, The bears in this game are always so, like, intense, dude. They're huge. Muscly and... It's crazy, bro. Crazy. Oh, I discovered a new location. Did I see any... things that'll help me fly around this place? Your buddy showed me the other day how to... see where my rank is in each of the things. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I have all my... Oh, jeez. We got duty roulettes. I forgot they reset. I got on last night at like 1 a.m. and did all my duty roulettes. And then I just remember they reset so I can do them again. Way to go with the hero in need. Tank indeed. Oh, this is going to be a whole thing, though. I'll have to wait till after my queue. Oh, there's a fate here. Can I dismount, please? Engage. Can we finish this in 27 seconds? Maybe. Maybe not. I'll pass away. I want to find... What the heck was that? Cool armor. Ah. Jeez, really? Logs. That's not good. Jeez, my chuck was loaded with stuff. I put it all out. Aether currents, that's right. It's under travels. Keep losing track of these things. I don't. Oh, it's Shiva too. Douchebag. I can't even do my jump. Can't even do my jump. Yeah, a couple of sprouts in here. Oh, this is a longer cutscene than I remember. Should have been half dead by now. I heal over half of that back just from my heal combo. That ice crystal shot is usually a wipe, tank buster. But basic Shiva it's not, so I can just... Wow. 4 down. You got the healer, right? Yes, okay. This is why you have the in-game music on Final Fantasy up higher. Right here. The music slaps, yo. Ah, healer. Healer. Yep, we gotta keep the other healer alive. Facing north doesn't mean anything. Wow, we actually wiped on a basic Shiva. Yeah. Yeah. I had to do a lot of self-healing, a lot of self-sustaining. But when the other mage died, our mage was smart enough to res that mage first before like the DPS and stuff, which was good. Yeah, you all need to watch out for that slash. She has a tank buster move that in basically any other difficulty will one-shot a tank. And the mechanic is you have to group up because it splits the damage between everybody. But it seems like in the basic one it doesn't do that, so like just let me take it because 3 other people stood with me, they all died and I got half health. See, we intentionally threw so that we could just listen to the music again. That's what it was. That's definitely what happened. Chat's a wiener. It was. Oh, that was hard mode. Okay. That wasn't regular. Yeah. It's still not hard, though. It's like... the difficult mechanics aren't even in play. Gotta eat my boiled eggs, keep my protein content up. Oh, I one-shot this little bit. Get choke mode. Ooh. So you wish I played Apex? I wish you played Final Fantasy 14. It's just... that's the way it is. I did play Apex for a while. I played Apex way longer than you played Final Fantasy. Like months longer. Let's pull out of this. Withdraw from this for now. I want to do this event. My first bit of level 70 content in the game that I've played. I'm doing the class quest for my Gunbreaker. It's a trap! This guy, he douchebag. Oh, it was that guy. It's a sweet sword. It's a really sweet sword. Of course, they come up to me with a threat. You have the audacity to escape? Hell yeah. Very audacious of him to not want to be prisoner. Smoke bomb. Oh. There you are. Is it weird that I'm partially so excited for it so I can finish all the cable management around my desk? It's one of the big reasons because I just want to be done, like everything be set up and just be done with everything. So it'll be a couple of years at bare minimum before I even consider a new computer part. Besides maybe some more storage. I might switch up my storage a bit. Well, I want to get a nice NVMe one. I don't have any NVMe drives. I know, I did that specifically. Ooh, interesting attack. I think we'll throw some tough guys at you in this. You're done, son. You're done. Apex packs are for winners. What do you mean you can hear me but not the game? The game audio's right there. I see it making sound. Oh, he's a coward. He's a runner. Yeah, what the heck? I'll have to look into it in a second. Yeah, I don't hear my... Can you open up my stream, Josh, to see if you hear my game or not? Because, like, OBS is showing my game audio. Can you open up my stream, Josh, to see if you hear my game or not? You can? Because, like, OBS is showing my... Okay. Yeah, it should be. It should be about half as loud as I am, maybe a little less. Why do I have continuous healing going on? I must have missed the text. I'm sure she's healing me. Crap, I was going here. Oh, I got that knockback, huh? Hi, what's up? Oh, I turned myself. Of my game. Really? I can turn it up a lot. Like in OBS, it's not very loud. Well, in OBS, it's showing that it's at like 35. It's running usually about 30 to 35 decibels is where it's sitting at. After I finish this boss fight, I'll take a look at it. I thought he was going to flee, but instead he just knocked out them and let me continue. And now it's just me versus him. which is fine because clearly I'm superior. How dare I? What do you mean, how dare I? That was about the appropriate volume, louder than the game, I would say. From the video you sent me. Like, the game should be half or a little less than half as loud as I am. But that means I could probably crank the music up a lot more, because then they probably can't hear the music barely. Because the music is quieter than, like, what that was. I'll just crank it up in general. Because, like, the bass background music is only at, like, literally at, like, 50, 45 decibels. So it's, like, 10 decibel quieter just with music. Oh, dang it. I hate when I do that. Oh. It's like, what are those footsteps? Three of us, that was fine. I like money-making schemes. Yep. Arvin's Toll is a good place to go. away we go. Oh, look, it took me to run it so automatically. The quest automatically like traveled me to Revenant's Toll. I didn't have to actually teleport there, which was nice. I love when you get 1,000,000 XP and it barely moves your bar at all. In order to undertake the next Gunbreaker quest, you must first meet the following requirement. You must have completed the main scenario quest, Shadowbringers. Oh boy. Once you have done so, the next Gunbreaker quest will be available for Radofan. He literally just said there's nothing more I can teach you. And they're like, there's more. But wait. There's more. So, continuation. Allow the firing of successive rounds with your gunblade. Gnashing Fang may be followed by Jugular Rip. Savage Claw may be followed by Abdomen Tear. Wicked Talon may be followed by Eye Gouge. So you're telling me is I need to scoochy scooch. All of these down because then I can't. Oh, is it like automatic then? You know, I'm curious to test that. There's nothing strong enough around here for me to test it on. We'll get there. We'll get there, yo. I'll come pick it up at your house. Yeah. Yeah. You literally said I can come get it today or anytime after 5 tomorrow, anytime after 5 the next day. Yeah, usually they'll say can deliver for a fee or something like that. And it doesn't seem like that's what's going on here. So it's odd, that's for sure. I really want to make a new. Where are these saved to? Steam library, Steam common. Okay. Go to just do. It's also a year. I do not. Oh, yep. I do. I remember as soon as, yeah, we talked about playing it way back in the day. Nice. I don't know. I don't know when I would do that. Yeah, it looked interesting. Just, save that at. There. I watch YouTube every day. Every day. To be honest with you, that's part of the reason why I was like, so I had this idea. Tell me what you think about it. So I haven't done anything with it yet, but you know, YouTube Shorts are a thing now. You can do the, I thought about doing this kind of mini show every once in a while called 60 Seconds. So now you have the show 60 Minutes. It's just like a news, like, you know, it's an hour of world events. I thought about doing this show called 60 Seconds where it's like gaming related, and I just like have like a super mini thing where I talk about something really cool that's happening, like in, you know, whatever it is I'm paying attention to at the time. And I post those every day. Like for example, like right now, Final Fantasy 14, IGN posted the top 10 MMOs, and Final Fantasy 14 beat WoW. Like a quick little thing about that, so it maybe gets people interested. So like then they'll do some research on their own. But I thought about doing something like that. I thought it'd be kind of quirky. But I spend a lot of time though. I consume a lot of content around video games, around MMOs specifically. So I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. You know, if I, you know, every day I find something kind of interesting that I was interested in, I could do a 60 seconds on type thing. And that could be like my shorts career. Because shorts have proven to be very effective at getting people to your channel. I mean, I guess they're like a few sentences. You'd have to know as much about the thing as I do in order to write a decent story, though. So then you'd also have to research it. Yeah. Unless you also pay attention to gaming media, and then you can... Well, you know a lot more stuff about esports, though. You know esports stuff, so you can give me really cool competitive things, like in the competitive space today, so and so. Oh, see, like something like that. In other news, said Overwatch? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Maybe that's what you could do. You could make YouTube shorts about what's going on in competitive. Or you could make YouTube content in general around it. Yeah, see? Yeah, man. You can take that stuff, start making YouTube content, and then become a sportscaster, an esportscaster out of it all. And then be like Courage, who went from casting to, you know, like literally one of the most popular YouTube content creators there is. Mm-hmm. Well, that's why you're a sportscaster, but you also do what he did, and you stream on the side and things like that, and then people go, "Oh, that's the guy that casts Call of Duty stuff. I'm gonna see what he's up to," and then it turns into stuff. Yeah, I've watched Kura since she was doing optic stuff. I love watching this stuff. I think he's hilarious.
But like it's teenager stuff. It's teenager stuff that he gets hooked with people, and it's like the humor that's behind him, and it's not a bad thing. I'm not ragging on him. Like, that's great. But I'm not funny, so I know another not funny person when I see them. And him and Nadeshot are two of the biggest. Nadeshot's the most unfunny person in the fucking world. I've watched Nadeshot. I've met Nadeshot. I've idolized Nadeshot since he was in Optic and Ghost. That man is one of the most unfunny motherfuckers in the
But you don't have to be funny. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, you could be entertaining without comedy.
He tries to be funny and entertaining.
Yeah, he's a boomer. That's how it works.
He's our age.
Yes, I'm aware of that. I never said I wasn't a boomer.
No.
But that's the thing, though. Like, in the gaming space, it's becoming okay to be 30. Like, it's just...
No, I know, but, I mean, we're not 30 yet. But the thing is like, Nadeshot tries so hard to be funny.
Okay.
It's sad. Like, his editor will make, like, jump cuts and all these edits to try and make him look good. And I'm just sitting here like, Matthew, if you didn't have an editor. You would look like a fucking idiot.
That's everybody though.
Hey man.
Like editing saves videos. If people didn't edit their videos, every YouTube video would look like it was still 2008, and people didn't know how to talk in front of the camera.
I think the way you don't look like an idiot is if you can talk for 25 minutes straight without editing and still be interesting.
You've never seen a YouTube video that was like that. That don't exist. People can cut really well and they can edit really well so that they don't seem like jumps, but they're there, I promise. They are definitely there.
I don't know, some like
as a professional content creator myself, I know no, seriously.
You're not solely a professional.
I'm not a professional content creator at all.
Yeah.
I'm too old to. I'm too old to like get famous now. I think it's that ship has sailed.
I don't think so. I don't think so. There's several players in like the Smite Pro League who are like in their 30s.
Oh, gee. Yeah, but they didn't just start 6 months ago.
They started when
I didn't start 6 months ago either. But yeah. Yeah. See, they had a 5-year head start on me. Well, I started in 2018, so I was. No, I guess I was like 25.
Yeah.
26, because I'll be 29 soon.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm probably gonna get something to eat and then get off because I'm gonna go into work early so I can make money so I can pay you if that thing comes off.
Nice.
Goes well.
Yeah. Sounds good, man.
I mean, it's only.
Yeah, it's not very much, but it's got a i7 4770 in it, which is a i7 processor, 4 cores, should be totally sufficient to do it. I can't imagine. I mean, there's still people that run 4770s in their gaming PCs. So, and then it has.
Suing you if this doesn't work.
If it doesn't work, I'll buy it back and I'll use it for the kids. So, it's a win-win.
I was kidding. I'm like 99. Well,
like if there was a second one of those, I would buy 2 of them right now and just have one at my home for the kids.
Yeah, like I said, I'm like 90% sure that it'll be fine.
It should be better than fine. You could put a graphics card. If you could buy a graphics card and put it in there, and it'd be a full-on gaming machine. Like Intel CPUs have been very good for a long time. It's weird because like AMD is the king now, but AMD's only been good for gaming for what 4 years now. Or Intel, you can buy a 10-year-old processor and it's gonna game like a champ. It's just how it's been. Now, preferably like a hyper-threaded, like 4-core 8 threads instead of 4-core 4 threads for gaming. But for streaming, 4 cores, you're good to go, bro. And it's small too. It's like those little ones that are only like 4 inches wide, and they sit on. You know, you can sit on its side and put your monitor on it if you wanted to. Things like that. So shouldn't take up any space in your home and should be easy to set up. And it had at least 2 DisplayPort hookups on it, so you might need DisplayPort to HDMI adapters. Or you can literally just buy HDMI cables that are DisplayPort on one side, HDMI on the other, something like that, to connect them. But
I don't need 2 on my streaming PC. I need 2 on my gaming PC.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like it's got, if you use it, there's 2 DisplayPorts, so you'll need a DisplayPort to HDMI, or you'll need a monitor that has a DisplayPort. Then you can just DisplayPort to DisplayPort. So
shit, I don't need a monitor with 2 HDMIs. I need a monitor with an HDMI and a DisplayPort for my gaming PC.
Yeah, most of them that are gonna have an HDMI are also gonna have a DisplayPort. Like if it's a new monitor or newer monitor, that's common.
Yeah, but DisplayPort does it sound right?
Yeah, DisplayPort's like better than HDMI. It's like an upgrade to HDMI.
Okay, cause my I'm fairly certain my GPU only has a VGA, HDMI, and DisplayPort.
Yeah, you can buy a. You can just if you get a monitor with 2 HDMI's, just get a DisplayPort to HDMI adapter. They're like 4 inches long. They cost like $7, something like that. And then one end is DisplayPort that plugs into the computer, and then your HDMI plugs into the back of that. And then you don't have to buy a monitor that has like a lot of the monitors we were looking at are they're 2 HDMI's and a VGA or whatever. Like you're fine. That's fine. You just get an adapter. Which you can literally, I think, you can get them at Walmart or you can get one on Amazon. So I would just when you order the monitor, just order the adapter too, and then you're fine.
Apparently, it has 3
DisplayPort.
Yeah, 3 DisplayPorts.
Yeah, and 1 HDMI. Yeah, that sounds pretty common. I think that's the way mine is.
3 DisplayPorts, 1 HDMI, and 1 VGA.
Yep. Yep, that's pretty common.
DVI-D.
Yeah. Yeah, DVI. The VGAs are pretty much dead. VGA switched to DVI years ago. Right.
Because it's so there's HDMI, the other one. I keep forgetting it. There's the HDMI, then there's 3 display ports. That's right. And then underneath of it is the DVI-D.
Yeah.
So I could, let's see, monitor with 2 DVI, 2 display ports. So if I can find one with HDMI and DisplayPort, I should be fine.
Yeah. Then you have to get a DisplayPort cord too.
Well, yeah.
You go that route instead of an adapter. There we go.
There's a DisplayPort and a VGA, but I need
Just get the one I sent you. And just get a DisplayPort adapter, and then you're good to go. Because if you buy a new GPU, it'll have 2 HDMI's on it, and then it'll have like here. I'll tell you what mine has, and it might not be the same as mine, but it'll be similar. Mine has 2 HDMI, 2 DisplayPort. So it's got 4 hookups, 2 HDMI, 2 display. So modern ones, and when you buy a new GPU, like different versions of that GPU will have different hookups. So like you could buy the same, let's say you get a 3060 Ti, like there can be different variations of what can be connected to it. So you can pay attention to that too when you're looking. Just get one with 2 HDMIs on it and you're good. And then for now, just get the DisplayPort to HDMI adapter. And you're good. I have to pee as well. These are the heat with sticks? Wasn't all that hard actually, or at least that's what I thought. That's what. I really need to set Limsa as a favored location because that's my favorite location. So I feel like such a normie in this game because like Limsa Luminza, it's like a meme that it kind of becomes like the favorite place for everyone to be. And it did happen. Cause I don't go to Ul'dah almost ever. Yeah, I said this is my home point. There we go. I'm gonna go to the bathroom myself and maybe grab a quick snack and then I'll be back down. You're gonna be done soon, aren't you? That's a cool outfit. Are you alive? Hello? Oh. Well, I'll be back. BRB. BRB. Arcanist Guild. All right. Aboard the Misery. Oh, I don't know about that. Alrighty. It's a sweet looking ship, though.
"12 be praised. Full sure was I that I had come too late."
Urianger, tell me you haven't come all this way just to see us off.
Nay, my lady. Ere you quit these shores for eastern climes, I wished to share some words of seeming import. Look ye where the sun doth rise. See crimson embers, darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall. See azure lost amidst the squall.
Leonhardt?
Well, that sounds suitably foreboding. Another one of your prophecies, I presume?
Of far eastern origin, aye. It is mine earnest hope that this ancient wisdom may serve to guide you on your journey. For what dangers lie in wait for you upon those distant shores are yet beyond my knowing.
A parting gift befitting your roundabout ways. Thank you.
I have more than words for you, my lady.
The rapier.
It's beautiful. Is it for me?
Though undeniably powerful, your ethereal blade taxeth you greatly in the wielding. Not so this rapier, which shall serve you just as well against all but the most formidable foe.
Impressive. It feels as though it's attuned to my ether. I shall treasure it.
It's huge, too.
Honored guests,
It's way too heavy for
say
a,
your
or too large for a
farewells, For the
rapier.
moment of our parting draws nigh. A fair wind blows, and I mean to follow it.
It would seem our ship is set to sail. Pray give my regards to Thancred and the others. And take care.
I feel so huge compared to everyone else in this guild, in this organization, with the exception of Urianger, of course. He's a big boy. It's a racial thing, though. Our species is just tall, I guess. I'm really excited to get caught up with the story because I want to start playing Final Fantasy X, and I want to do a Final Fantasy X playthrough really bad. I bought it on PC. I'm super excited for that. Sky Whales. This is very Final Fantasy 12-esque. The map traveling. This ship is impressive. Like, it looks like it takes some hit. Seems too tall, though, to make sense.
A fine day, is it not? Fair winds and following seas. The misery is enjoying herself. Nevertheless, it would not do for you to spend the entirety of our voyage above deck. Let me show you to your quarters.
Is it supposed to do that?
Not under normal circumstances.
Captain! You're needed on deck! Something queer's afoot. The winds died down, the waters went still, and all of a sudden, we were dragged off course.
Dragged? By what?
Can't rightly say, sir. But some of the lads are muttering about seeing things in the water. Things that shouldn't be there.
Oh, for the love of... If you will excuse me a moment.
Uh-oh.
Actually, might I persuade you to join me? Loath though I am to admit it, I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah. That's the iron hair mod right there. Oh man, I wish they would have. We're still going though. This is a little thing like little shadows and stuff in the water. Caravalian. It's like the opposite of World of Warcraft. Where in World of Warcraft you're tiny compared to everybody else, no matter what you pick. In this you're like, I'm like way too big. Preposterous. Seize the plunder. Ooh, a new duty. Speaking of duties, I have several to complete. But maybe we should finish our dungeons here. So leveling. I'm not doing main scenario. It's 5,000 years long. We have both levelings. We'll do the normal because it's adventurer in need. We'll get lucky and be able to siren song right out of the gate. Let's see. There's so many dungeons I have left to unlock too. So at some point we got to do like a dungeon day where we go do a bunch of loot quests to unlock more content. Oh, no. Hoping to go below deck. Guess not. Light party. People sending me through this one quite a bit. This is a campaign. I think you do this one through the story, if I remember. Reduce the damage I take, so at least they can keep up with the healing. Why is it only reading as 133 bonus XP, not 183? I should be getting the 50% bonus rested XP still. That's weird. What's this 133% bonus? I don't get it.
I will crush you underfoot! Savages. There is nowhere to run! Can you withstand this? Enough!
I wish that jump had a little more range to it. It seems a little nonsensical how short it is sometimes.
In the name of the Emperor!
Flee like the rat you are. This is not a particularly short dungeon either. This one takes a hot minute. What bull crap was that? Nice. I really need to go spend some of these company seals. I just have too many of them. After we finish this, we'll run that new dungeon that I'm locking for the main story, and then I'm gonna go spend some of these flame seals, hopefully, and see what I can do. Yee. I don't think there's any changes. There's no gravitational effect on that jump. Brutal shell. Solid barrel. Can I get you guys together or what? These are cool looking guys, though. They look pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Oh, see, this one had. Oh, yeah, this one's got. Yeah, that one had it. I got some good hype. Good music. Always is. Dodged it. Those guys are impressive, though. I keep yawning. What the heck? I am a little tired, but I'm not like this kind of tired. I don't know what's going on. All right, La Habra. Time to face your doom, La Habra. The two-stage boss fight. Technically, kind of a three-stage. You fight her. I think that was a girl, if I remember. And then him. And then both of
Darkness
them.
shall consume light.
Yeah, it is a girl. There you go.
Your light shall burn no more.
Okay.
Know your place.
Damn this frail flesh.
Yeah, damn it. Continue to damn the frail flesh. She's gonna swap out here in a second.
Mortal scum.
For La Brea. There it goes.
You have meddled enough.
Chunk him down quick. There we go. That's our DPS combo for pre-level 70.
Chaos shall reign forevermore. You'll not defeat me again.
I tanked it. It didn't do any damage for that. It's weird that it says the Elegant Tombstone thing, because right now we're... Oh, they're in a cutscene. There we go. The Ashian Prime. Why didn't you guys attack the ice block? It's ice blast. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Oh, is that cutscene really that long that they're still in it? There it goes. DPS, DPS. No, 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 no. What? Woo! Fist bump. Nice. Nice. Fist bump. Nice. Alright. Let's go to this big boy. The siren song. Can I not? That's cute for my other stuff too. Cool music. I can walk up this, right? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, of course I can. Jeez, oh Pete, this thing's intense off the front of this boat. How far it sticks out. All those crow's nests. I would need another DPS and another healer. There's no music. It's so quiet. That's so weird for this game. It's not like... Oh, I thought I was seeing something in the water. Like, you'd think there was, like, sirens music or something going on. Hey, fair enough. Healer! Looking for a healer! You know what I should do? I should duplicate this, but do it a little different. But instead, I do that. Make it make this full screen. Put it down here where it belongs. And then have a second. Oh, I don't want that to be streamed. See that? No, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Then I can do like I don't know. I can look at stuff. Hey, look at that. It's me on the homepage. Oh, I've been so excited for this.
I'll be honest. I started wearing the ears like when Shadowbringers came out. And it's like I've been wearing them for so long that I don't remember who I was under the ears anymore. It's just only like I wake up in the morning and I just immediately like.
Well, wait for our cue.
Make sure I got them. And
So you put them on before you even go to the mirror.
oh yeah, I make
good.
sure that I shower, I shampoo them, I condition them nicely every morning.
Okay, that's
So-
great. I can see that. They actually do look very good. They look better than my own actual hair.
I think this is a good place to start with. I feel like there's been a crazy, not like resurgence in Final Fantasy, but like everybody's just jumping onto the game now. I wouldn't call it a resurgence. I'm not sure exactly what I would call it, but a mass exodus maybe to the game. And is there anything in particular, because I've been playing the game, but I'm still very early in the game, so I'm not up to current content. Is there anything that you think is driving people?
I'll come back to it. Let's get back to it. Oh. I've been really excited for this all crap because it has Zeppla on it. It's shorter than I thought, though. She's probably really excited to be on this, coming from being a super long-time WoW player. Finally getting a chance to talk with the big boys. And girls. Rich is there, too, I forget. Got him, coach. Banshees. This is a very interesting take on a Banshee. I've never seen a Banshee that looked quite like this. I would have to say I'm into it. I like it. Back to my stuff here. When worlds collide. That's the song that comes to mind immediately. Clearly, I'm the noob here. Ooh. Ooh, we got Scorpion Boy over here. That's interesting. Oh, wow. He just straight up wanted me. Oh. Reflection of Carlibos. I wonder if that's Carlibos over there. Danger zone. Welcome to the... Oh, it's Lugat. Just dump it all. That's an interesting newer mechanic they do with that arrow thing. It's basically like, hey, get to this person they're about to get crapped on, and then you can share the hit with them. Oh, man. Just dumping all those moves. Dang, Lugat, you got some. You can take a hit or two, can't you? I'm trying. Yeah, of course you did. That's one Lugat down. Really wish I had a third part to this combo, just to spice it up a little bit. I gotta put my heals on. What the? There we go. Clean them out. Clean them out. Plenty of treasure. I mean, it makes sense that there's lots of treasure coffers. We are on pirate ships. Does none of them apply to anything? I mean, we're below my level anyways, but regardless. Dumping all of them. Just blow the load. The governor. And the designs for these ads are so cool. Jeff, what are you doing over there? Got that light right in your face, bro. They gonna put me through my ringer, these guys are here. These ads are kicking my butt, chat. Jeez. They come in swinging. This is a sweet dungeon, guys. I still feel like DPS is higher if I did, if I was doing AoE even on 2 ads. I know once you get to 3 ads, my AoE attacks are better DPS. But maybe 2. Fleshless captive. Big combos, big combos. Oh, I didn't get to interrupt in time. Okay, let's see what we got here, guys. This is a brand new dungeon. Haven't not done this one. This is the first time I've done a new dungeon in quite a while. Be mapping the realm. Got my credits. Okay. Lorelei. I could be a little dumber, I guess. I thought for sure I was going to be able to. Cool. This is a cool boss. She does a lot of cool stuff. With the music and everything, and the mechanics, the AoE moves, and the fears, like, this feels a lot more like a raid boss than a dungeon boss. Obviously, HP's not that high, and DPS isn't that scary at this point, but overall, yeah. Yeah, look at that positioning. Look at that positioning. Let me cutscene, yeah. GG, easy run, no diff. Let me cutscene, yeah. Oh, it's sunny out now.
Thank the 12. Everything here would appear to be in order. Good. Repairs should be completed by the time we return to the Misery, whereupon we shall resume our journey without further delay.
I swear, if I never hear another ghost story, it will be too
What was up with the speed of that? Without further delay. A little jarring for me. Ooh, we've gone to a new location. Well, obviously we're going to a new place, but we've arrived.
I remember the sea, the smell of the
Whoa.
salt, and the crash of the waves as we drew closer to Kugane.
A proper city. Hingashi. Kugane. Dang.
The only port open to outsiders in Hingashi, across the Ruby Sea from Othard, from Doma. All the colors of the rainbow, all the peoples of the world, all in one place. I wish you could have seen it.
This place is sweet. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Assistant? I did all the work. Alright, before we move on, we're going to finish up this video. Let me jump back over real quick. Let me pull up my OBS. I'm going to swap back.
To come over right now.
The thing is, I'm a little torn by the situation because, yeah, obviously I'm happy that the game I love is succeeding, but at the same time, I loved WoW. I loved WoW. WoW was my life for years and years. Like, WoW was the only thing that mattered to me for years, to a point where, like, it was actually destructive in my life because I only wanted to play WoW, but it was giving me so much joy that I didn't even give a shit what was happening outside of WoW. And so, like, to me, WoW was like this old friend that was there for me when I was not in a good place in my life. And I don't want to just turn my back on that old friend. I don't like seeing my old friend suffer and struggle and, like, nobody's having fun with them anymore. But I still, like, I will always want them to get better. I will always want them to be the person that made everybody happy like they used to, you know.
Well, I get that. It's like if you had an altercation with somebody in high school and you found out that they're a crackhead later on, you're still gonna feel kind of bad about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's been a lot of cracks. Let me tell you that. When did you start playing WoW?
At Christmas, around Christmas time in 2004.
Yeah.
And man, that was one of the best days. I remember my dad driving me to a GameStop way out in the country because it was the only one that actually had World of Warcraft in stock. Everybody wanted it. I remember, like, looking at the book on the way home and being so excited, thinking like, oh my gosh, am I gonna play an undead or am I gonna play a night elf? I can't decide. I'll figure it out when I get home. And so yeah, that was a long time ago.
And then why'd you quit?
I quit in around Warlords of Draenor.
Oh,
That's
good
what
time.
really did it for me. I think the Warlords of Draenor time was one of the first waves of so-called WoW refugees. So I was part of that wave. And Heaven's Word had just come out at that time for Final Fantasy XIV. And at that time, I mean, I had heard that Final Fantasy sucked. Like, I heard that 1.0 failed, and I was like, why am I going to waste my time? I heard that game failed. I really didn't want to play it. Like, I had a friend of mine just say, you're not having fun in WoW, like, you might as well try it. And I was like, well, I'll try it, but only because I'm so bored. I have nothing to do. I'll try it. Because it's a free trial. So I did the free trial, and I'd never played Final Fantasy before at all. Like, I didn't know anything about Final Fantasy as a series. And I think that was another thing that kept me from trying it. Because I was like, don't I need to know, like, Final Fantasy stuff?
So do you need to know a whole lot of that stuff, or can you just go into the game without knowing anything?
No, you really don't need to know anything. Because I didn't. And I had a great time from the get-go, really. Like, after... I had a pretty good time as soon as I got into the game, even though when I looked at character creator, I was pretty turned off by cat girls in the character creator, actually.
Well, I had a very different experience than
you. Look how things have changed.
Man, a lot has changed. This game changed me. When I first looked at the character creator and I saw the cat girls, I was so uptight at that time in my life. I was like, oh, is this some kind of a fetish game? Who is this for? Why are they dressed like that? And then I'm like, I'm like, oh yeah, show me that ass, show me that super skimpy Vieira ass. I love that. Give me
this game.
Give me the butt slider. And like,
I love this game.
So much has changed, man. I've just chilled out a lot because I've been happy. Man, I've been having such a good time in this game. And it's like, improved my life.
That's what's so upsetting about it. Is like I play WoW, and like everybody that plays WoW hates WoW, and like everybody at Final Fantasy is enjoying themselves. It's like we're at this party, and like we can see like next door, everybody's having fun, and like they've got like it's probably like a furry party, right? And they're all enjoying themselves, and it's great. And so I feel kind of left out in a way. I mean, it's gotten to the point now where I've agreed to play the game, right? But it's still kind of weird to even consider it, especially, I think it was probably for you. I mean, I would say that, maybe because you quit a little bit after Mists of Pandaria. So you had like the Pandarans to kind of, it's like a gateway drug into being a real
Pandarans push me. Well, I mean, I guess I am now, like, furry adjacent.
So, let's just go ahead and get right into it. So in WoW, you're familiar with the Moonguard Goldshire Inn, right?
What? Yeah, why would you ask? What are you talking about? I wasn't on Moon. Well, I mean, I was only on Moonguard for a little while. I mean, I did a little role play, but I mean, nobody.
Yeah. Okay.
I wasn't.
You're cool. You're cool.
So the bedrooms at the top, and the dungeon in the basement. So like, is that like all of Final Fantasy, or is there like a specific place that you just do that in?
You gotta go to Lisma. You gotta go to Lisma.
Balmung has a reputation for that.
Okay, so there is definitely. So which server is it again? Let me write it down.
It's Balmung.
Balmung. Okay.
But I mean, not all roleplay is erotic, Asmon.
Why?
Because it has to. Well, let me rephrase. Not everyone has those urges, but if you have those urges, then I mean that's just another thing that Final Fantasy 14 can handle for you. Didn't the devs actually get mad about people advertising their ERP venues recently? I feel like I remember that.
In WoW?
No, in 14.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's definitely not the kind of thing that you want to talk about at FanFest, right? Have you ever been to one of those FanFests before, Zeppelin?
I did. I went to one in 2019. Okay. That was the first time that I'd ever been to any kind of like. I never got to go to BlizzCon in person, so I didn't get to see that in person. But it was amazing. Like, do you remember the Taran Chieftains?
Yeah.
Okay, so I experienced that at FanFest with the Primals band playing.
Oh wow! So those like.
Yeah, those are people in the dev team are part of the Primals band, and they did this incredible concert at FanFest. That even Yoshi P, our producer director, got on stage and was singing a song in a kimono. It was absolutely incredible. It reminded me of Taran Chieftains. It was like
that's actually so cool because like I saw the picture of him with like the Reaper outfit on, and honestly, like if it was a I was gonna say transmog. If this was a cosplay competition, that would have been like first place, man. He looked awesome.
Yeah.
Like that was really cool. Like if I see somebody dressed like that, I'm gonna want to play the game. Like that straight up impressed me. Like the fact that they get so involved with the community, I think is one of those reasons why you have that good relationship that Final Fantasy has with its audience.
Man, if I saw somebody dressed like that, I'd run. He's got
yeah.
That's the Grim Reaper, man. Gotta get out of there. Save yourself.
No. I mean, the thing is, like, no, I'd want him to teach me how to do it because that looks really cool. Like that's look. My goal in Final Fantasy and every game I play is to have a character that has it's a big beefy guy with a big two-handed sword, and that's it. That's all I want to do in every single game. So
do you know like what race do you want to play?
No, I'm not sure yet. I mean, I'm gonna kind of go in and I'm gonna decide what I want to have. I want to have like kind of like a humanoid type character, you know, because it sounds weird, but I like to have my characters that kind of look like me. I look at like my character as like this is me in the world, so I don't really play like a lot of like really weird like usual races. I have the amazing and super you know, unique decision to always play human warriors in games, and so I'm probably going to stick with something like that. I've heard Dark Knight looks cool.
Well, you are a pretty beefy guy, so that does make sense.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I do think that you should at least consider Vieira.
I'm loving this.
It's I just, oh my god, like whenever I saw that trailer, like, and it's funny for me because like as like a non-Final Fantasy player, whenever I see these things, the male bunny boys, it just like it was such a
it's the Lalafels. You see those little falafels, and you're just like, oh hey. Yeah, but no, it's like you literally you see the little falafels and you're like, what is this game? And then you start playing for a little bit and then you're like, man, they are adorable. The falafels
That's the same experience I had, because when I started I was like, ooh, what are these lollipops? Are this supposed to be like the children? Oh, what? And then I started playing, and the story teaches you what they're actually like, and your perception will change because of the story. Say with the cat girls, that's what changed it.
But my one of the things that I want to start with, because Asma's not played yet, I've been spending quite a decent amount of time playing the game, and instantly the first thing that I noticed was you see people when you're playing the game. Like, do you feel like the world feels more alive than it does in World of Warcraft?
I mean, right now, yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. I mean, it might just be because there's nothing to do in WoW right now. But, I mean, I've always kind of felt like there's a lot of people doing stuff. Like, if you ever go on a hunt train, hunting is like when people get in groups to go kill world bosses.
Yeah.
And it's like a massive swarm of people going from boss to boss, and it's really fun. Like, it always does feel pretty crowded, yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, that's one thing I think WoW really kind of lost over the years, is it lost that shared world, because you had like phases, you had the different realms.
Well, the thing is, you just abandoned
populated.
Yeah, you abandoned worlds as you travel.
Realm zones, and you'd be cross-realmed in, and there'd be like
not
5
even that.
total people in the whole area. And I don't know. I thought like
that's not even the problem.
I don't know if you played classic WoW at all whenever it came.
So the problem I ran into in my time during WoW was that because the game is always looking forward, it's never looking back. Like for example, when the next expansion comes out, Shadowlands will be dead. There'll be no reason to be in Shadowlands because it's old hat. Like Final Fantasy doesn't do that. Like, I guarantee once I get into the city, there's gonna be people running around, and this is like last expansion. This is previous expansion stuff. There's gonna be characters that are doing cool stuff in this city, and whatever it is. Like, there may not be a million people, but I'm sure I'm gonna run into 10, 15, 20 people as I kind of wander around. But if you go to the core cities, any of the 3 core cities, they're gonna be packed, and the little villages around them are gonna have people in them. Like, you just don't get that in WoW. Like, you don't go to I don't know. Like, I used the example of the Outlands. You don't go to Outlands and see people. It's barren. It sucks.
Came out, but it was one of the coolest experiences to just go out there and see dozens of other people doing the same thing as you did. And like, yeah, it made things take a little bit longer, but like, it reminds you of the fact that you're playing an actual MMO.
Yeah, I mean, it just brings me back to the first time I logged into WoW. Like, I remember logging in I mean, God, it was so long ago. But the first time I logged in, it was me and my brother, and we were both so excited to play. And we both logged into Mulgore for the first time.
Yep.
And I remember like we were both like next to each other, and we got to the camp, and he saw other people around, and he was like, "Look, there's other people around," and I was like, "What? This is so crazy! Oh my God, it's other people. They could be from anywhere. This is amazing." I mean, that's the magic of an MMO. That's what I always loved about it.
That's what it's about.
I mean, it's not hard.
You can't see it 'cause it's behind the thing, but there's literally a guy right there. Another guy right there.
All they have to do is start
A
actually
cat girl.
listening to the players. This is the thing
There's,
that will kill
there's a
WoW.
guy.
They refuse to listen
2,
to
3. I see 3
players.
people, and I haven't
Players
even
tell
moved
them
yet.
Exactly what they want, and they keep stubbornly going to the same mistakes over and over again to the point that it doesn't even feel like a mistake anymore. It feels like on purpose.
Yes. Yes, I'm familiar with that.
Oh, that's where I saw that sword
so
in the trailer.
There's a new change. I know, like, we're not going to get into it very specifically, but basically there's like legendary armor that you can now make.
I know about that.
Yes, and now you have to
So,
remake
are you,
the exact same one.
How's that coming along for you, Asmon? How's your
Well, I
how's
checked
your
to see
soul ash farming?
I checked to see if there was a dick in my salad, and it turns out that the entire salad was just one big fat dick. And so I've got to recraft my I've got to recraft it. Yeah.
Well, finally, a salad that you'll actually eat.
Okay. Honestly, it tastes better than lettuce, I would assume.
My heart really goes out to you because like you love WoW. You have a true loyal and abiding love for WoW that is something that I think is admirable. You know, that's a game that I loved, and it was very difficult for me to finally admit that it wasn't the game that I recognized anymore. Like, are you familiar with the ship of Theseus problem? Yes. That's what WoW has. That's what it is.
For anybody who doesn't know, it's a question for if you take the ship.
It's a philosophy question that if you take a ship and you slowly replace all the parts, eventually all the pieces of it are brand new, is it still the same ship?
Ship of Theseus, and you replace every single nail, every piece of wood, the sails and everything inside of it, and every piece is new, but it looks exactly like the original ship of Theseus. Is it still the ship of Theseus? Well, what we kind of had is originally we had the Titanic, and then the Titanic hit an iceberg, which was Activision, and now it's at the bottom of the ocean, which is called Shadowlands.
One of the most foundational design philosophies of Final Fantasy XIV is that it respects your time. And because of that...
Oh, we're not used to that.
Yeah. If you're used to mount farming, you probably are used to wasting a shitload of time.
Yes.
And in Final Fantasy XIV, it's not really like that. It's more like there's not going to be a mount that has such a low drop rate that you need to farm it and farm it and farm it and farm it until you hate it, right? Instead, it's like there's trial bosses that drop mounts, but every time you kill the boss, you get a totem. And if you collect 99 totems, you can go and buy the mount. If it's a brand new boss, you have to wait a little bit for you to be able to buy the mount, but eventually, yeah, you just need to get the 99 to kill the boss 99 times. And that's enough. You're done. You don't need to do it more than that, actually.
So, are there any mounts in the game? Because, like, this is a big thing with WoW, and, like, you played WoW back in the day, you know what it is. If you see somebody posting up on Invincible,
I gotta not watch this trailer next to the video that they're watching because it'll spoil stuff for me, so I'm ignoring it best I can.
Badass mounts. So, like, if you see somebody on this and you know, like, this guy never leaves his house, or this guy is like a really good raider or something like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's the mount that came from the new... Oh, yeah, Morbol. That's what somebody said in my chat. Morbol mount is, like, pretty difficult to get. It's like, the mounts that are like that are ones that are difficult to...
Morbol?
There are mounts in the game, though, that do have, like, that super high, like, prestige reward associated with them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I would say, like, the Mentor mount, my favorite mount that I have is Demi Ozma, because it was a colossal amount of effort for me to get it. I had to go through 4 different zones of Eureka, which is like I don't even want to explain what it is.
Yeah.
A shitload of content. It took a long time. When I finally got to the end, I then had to go to a raid, which there's no duty finder for. You have to assemble that group completely, like with Discord or whatever. and then the raid is like quite punishing. You cannot res normally in there, and it's like it's a whole ordeal. And so I cherish that mountain. It's fucking cool. Like people see that and are like, wow, you actually you did it. You cleared Baldessian Arsenal. That's how you got that.
So like the weapon, the ultimate weapons, like in WoW, you know, like how like an expansion comes out and then all the content from the previous expansion is just basically like super easy. Is that the way that it works in Final Fantasy 2, or does the content continue to have like a challenge to it?
You mean for Ultimate?
For any of them, really.
Ultimate,
I mean, but yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, several Ultimates have been released already. I think there's 3 in the game right now. And it sinks your item level down when you get in there. So your gear outside of it doesn't actually matter.
Oh wow.
But you do need to have cleared some savage tiers, I think, to be able to unlock it. That's the ultimate weapons right there for T.
Oh, holy shit.
Dude, what?
Yeah, they're incredible. They're amazing in person.
So I didn't see somebody with that, and you just automatically know that they're like.
Yeah, you know they're an amazing player.
Yeah. Okay. That's the one thing that I'm gonna get him. Yeah, I do really agree. Like that's the one thing I used to love about WoW is you get that really good gear. Like I would even have, this sounds ridiculous, but I would literally have.
Well, WoW, that's the big difference between Final Fantasy and WoW. And I posted my video the other day. I rambled in that video a lot. I had such a hard time making that video, but it's gear centric. Your gear is what makes you cool, not your character. Whereas in Final Fantasy, your character. Like, you want things for your character, not for yourself. It's such a different mindset. Like, when you get a new, really cool weapon, you're like, my character, yeah, this is great, this is awesome. But, like, in WoW, like, the only way you matter is prestige. If you don't have a cool weapon, you don't matter. It's just kind of how it works.
Places that I would stand at, and I planned out for the most amount of people that would like inspect me. I'm like, if I stand right here on this pole, everybody's gonna click on me and like they're gonna see how big my sword is. Like I did that for years.
That's the name of the game. I mean, that's the flex. For Ultimate, the reward isn't actually like the best numbers wise piece of gear. The reward is just this glamour piece, really. I mean, the sword, it's like not for stats. It's just for flexing, and the title you get just for flexing, because they understand that's more than enough of an incentive. That plus the enjoyment of the raid itself, which is incredible. Here's the deal. People cannot come into Realm Reborn and expect that everything is going to be rainbows and sunshine from the beginning, because Realm Reborn is pretty rough around the edges, and Realm Reborn is like, it's going to take a while to get through, and you need to be ready to grind it. You need to be ready to put in the time. And I mean, some people are weak and they just don't make it to the beginning part. It's weak. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I actually didn't think that Realm Reborn was that bad when I went through, but I felt like, well, maybe I didn't think it was that bad because I played a ton of classic WoW, I mean vanilla WoW back in the day, so that prepared me for the grind of Realm Reborn. I was like, this is nothing. This quest told me to get 3 items. This quest didn't tell me to go get 100 items with like a 5% drop rate.
Yeah,
this is amazing. I always tell people, if you feel like Realm Reborn is a grind, just push through it. Push through it. But at the same time, it's not going to be for everyone, and I don't want to like make that claim either.
Okay, so yeah, like I remember, because a lot of people have recommended for me to boost my character, and that's what they've said so many times. Boost your character, skip the stuff, go straight to the raid. And I told them, I was like, listen, if I boost my character, like number one, it's not like that's not the real experience of the game, because you're just paying money to skip part of it. And number two, anything I say about the game at all, nobody will take seriously because I boosted. So yeah, I feel like I just kind of, I'm going to have to play through the whole thing. And I've done the same quest. I've recently leveled through Burning Crusade, which is only slightly better than Classic WoW. And I'm very used to annoying and tedious quests, so I think that I'm going to be just fine.
I think you are going to be fine, yeah. That's the perfect training for Realm Reborn. Yeah. It does get better after that, yeah.
I think so. That's definitely a good thing. So, like, whenever you play the game, like, you can play pretty much all of the classes. Is there a reason to have alt characters?
No. Don't do
Okay.
that.
So you just have one character and you do everything on that one character.
Yes, it's really
Damn.
nice.
That's
really
actually
nice.
kind of weird to think of, like especially from like a WoW perspective, like to just not have alts.
Brought that
just
up in my
one
video
character.
too about how
Actually is
there's
one of
no
the things
character
that will make it
identity in that
pretty
game
hard
anymore
to
because you have
go
15
back
characters.
To WoW for me, because I mean, look, I guess I think I've given a lot of people the impression that the transition was like easy for me. Like I just said one day, I've had enough with WoW. That's it. Goodbye. And it was like a divorce or something. And then I moved on to this better game, which is generally true. But I think people just underestimate the amount of love and attachment that I had to WoW, because throughout the years I have gone back to check on WoW.
I'm trying not to watch these cutscenes, but it's catching my eye. It looks awesome. I don't want to see it.
And I would see, well, maybe it's gotten a little
Let's
better.
close one eye.
Like just like a crackhead coming back for it. Like see, like maybe I just gotta try it a little bit. Maybe it's gonna be a change. And always there's the novelty of a new expansion that will get you hyped. It's just because everything's new and there's new lands, there's new things. And nobody's mad yet because nobody knows how the crap works yet. So it's like, it feels like a good time to see if it's doing better. And there were times when, you know, I did play a little bit like in BFA.
Oh, this is the original cutscene.
I
Okay.
was listening to Asmon's streams at the time. Actually, I was there in the chat. And like, just listening to Asmon complain about it, and everybody's bonding over the hatred that we all have for the game that we love. Like, we're all like together in this horrible situation where we refuse to give up on this game that we lived with for so many years. But
that's the problem.
I mean,
People
at
refuse.
a certain point, it was like those visits back to the game became shorter and they became longer, farther apart. So I just kind of didn't see the point anymore, you know? So it was like, there's that, but I also want to say regarding this situation of like, you know, it's like a divorce with the other game, you know? I think this is not really a healthy attitude to have.
No.
It's kind of weird because it's like, this is a product. This is a product made by a company. And we have to remember that. Like, it's not like actually a life decision. It's not like you can't just play both games or hop from game to other game. It's not like you are a traitor or anything. I think a lot of these ideas that people get about it
I know
is
what you
really
mean.
unhealthy.
Like for me, going into Final Fantasy, the way that I'm looking at it is that I just want to be able to play the game and enjoy it and just like experience it as like a normal player, right? Just like go in there, see what's going on. And I know that people might not believe this, but I am trying to go in with an open mind. Like I want to play a good game. It's not like I want to sabotage myself from like not enjoying a game. And also like I'm so much of a neckbeard, I can play WoW and Final Fantasy at the same time. Let's be honest. Like it's not like I mean like it's not like I don't have time to play 2 MMOs. I could easily do this. So I'm just seeing if it's worth the investment. I think that's really the way I look at it. I mean,
well, you know, a lot of people go into your point about like how you just want to be treated like another player. A lot of people in the past week, you know, ever since you said, oh, that you were gonna consider playing, I've had everybody be like, oh, what do you think about Asmon joining the game? Do you think, oh, I don't think he's gonna like this story. I don't think he's gonna like this. I've told everybody to shut up about this. Like, just please let him decide. Stop, like, putting all the pressure and all the expectation on what you think he's gonna like or not like. Just let him play the damn game already.
I hope you guys know. I think I actually do have bunny ears somewhere. I don't know where the hell they are. Well,
oh my god!
That unfortunately was a little bit too easy for me.
Production? Why do we just have that picture ready to go?
Why does he look so upset? In the picture?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I do have the bunny ears. I got these for Easter a few years ago, and I've somehow just kept them the entire time. I don't know how that happened.
Gold has.
Oh god.
Asbun Gold.
Yes.
Oh no.
He's got to be a Fiera now. It's game over.
I've had these for a long time. Okay, it's not what you think it is, guys. It's not what you think it is. This is there's a completely rational, normal story to this. It's I can explain everything. Okay, chill out.
Dude, oh my god, the production just has countless pictures of you dressed up as a bunny.
Oh wow, yeah. So we have a production team, and this is what that gets you guys.
So I don't
Preparation.
know if you've seen like
That's
The
what it gets
Sims.
you.
Everything is like insanely close on The Sims. Does that actually feel that way in practice, Upload? Like, do all of the jobs feel like very usable and playable?
This is going to shock you. This is one thing that will make it hard to go back to WoW. Yeah, the jobs are actually extremely well balanced, and they've been like that ever since I started playing in Heavensward.
Yep, they were that good. Original
any job
ARR.
you want to play,
Never saw a difference.
and you don't have to choose based on what's going to be overpowered or underpowered right now. Man, like the situation in WoW with this right now is so upsetting because I've actually seen the spreadsheets where people like try to track over time which specs are doing shitty and which specs are doing good. Like,
Yep.
oh, you better pick a job that has there's 2 DPS specs, so there's one of the DPS specs get messed up, you can still play your job in the raid. Like, what are you doing?
Well,
How is
you
this
could-
okay and accepted by everyone?
You could play a warrior, and both of your DPS specs are bad.
Oh. Asmund.
So yeah.
Asbun.
It's not
Asbun Gold.
In the world of WoW.
That's so
I'm worried
priceless.
about it because I feel like you absorb all of this concern and worry about the
Yeah.
game every single day that I feel like it's just like it's hurting you.
I just want to log on and play the fucking game, have it be good. Like it's not like it's like a big thing where I have like I'm like emotional about it. I'm just pissed off that it sucks. Like I log on and I'm just like, why is it the way it is?
Anger is an emotion, Asmund.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
know
that's
you're trying to
definitely true.
distance yourself from how you feel because it's uncomfortable for you, but the fact
That's
is,
sad.
I'm worried about you too.
day after day after day,
Is this an
appearing in
intervention?
news-
Join
Why?
us.
It's like an intermission. It seems like the way that they seem to think it's good to get people to keep playing the game is they seem to think players will only want to play the game if there is
Okay,
some
yeah.
like power gain to be gotten from it. Like if they are going to be completely screwed if they don't play, if they don't like redo the content they already did, like in the case of the new armor socketed domination armor that's coming. Like they don't seem to really consider maybe people just want to play the game to have a good time. Like maybe fun can be the carrot on the stick.
Well, they had that. The funny thing is, like, did you play Shadowlands at all?
I did. I played a little bit. I wanted to see what the story was like.
Yeah.
For the Covenants. So
What did you think of it?
Well, I played the Night Phase story. I mean, it's probably
What is the-
Hell yeah, same.
Yeah.
And it felt like a D&D campaign where the DM was not really well prepared. It kind of felt
How
like that.
so?
Like none of the things that I did seemed like there were times when it was time for my weekly Covenant quest, and I just felt like you were sending me on this errand because you didn't prepare a story for today. Is that what's going on? And then at the end of it, I felt like there wasn't any like new interesting information that I discovered. There wasn't like any wow, like amazing moment where like it just all felt kind of leading up to nothing.
I really feel like WoW needs kind of, because like this is what happened with Final Fantasy XIV, right? Is that the game was initially released and it wasn't really that well received, and they pretty much just deleted everything and redid everything. Like they rebuilt the game from the ground up. Isn't that right?
Yeah, but it was really, I mean, it was Yoshida. It was because of Yoshida that was possible. Like he's just an incredible person, and without him, I don't think it would have happened. Like.
That's one thing that like WoW definitely I think should do. Like I would love to see WoW go through like an apocalypse event and just get rid of all of that and just wipe the slate clean, make a new game. But the reality is that like here's what I'm worried about is that like obviously you can say that like that's clearly what I would like to see happen. But the most recent version of WoW wiping the slate clean is Shadowlands. And Shadowlands is good in some ways. Absolutely, I like Shadowlands in a lot of ways. But there's not a whole lot of content to it, and there's a lot of things that are problematic.
Is there like what is the grind? Like the daily grind that Final Fantasy makes you do. Like, is there a daily grind that you have to deal with?
I'm not grinding for shit right now. I don't have to.
So like what are like the grinds that would keep you playing? Is there anything?
So maybe when a patch comes out that releases a raid, you would need to grind for tomestones. There's like tomestones. It's basically like badges were back in the day.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's really just that. So like you grind for your tomestones, you can buy the tomestone gear, and you can then go to the raid and get your gear from the raid. And like you got it. So once you got it, you're done.
So you finish your character. Like, is your character like full best in slot?
Yeah. Like,
so there's like no other gear that you can get that is like better than what you have.
Nope. I have the BIS on my character, and now I can try to work for BIS on other jobs.
And how often do you have to get new gear?
Whenever there's a new raid tier released.
Okay.
Then there's so that's like, and I don't remember how many months are between the raid.
Yeah, I'm just like kind of curious.
It doesn't feel like all the time. Like,
okay.
It's not like a constant grind. It's not like that really.
So besides, I'm actually curious. Like, so obviously there's Final Fantasy, there's WoW, and there's a number of other MMOs that are coming out like very soon. You've got Ashes of Creation, you've got New World, you've got these other games. Are any of those games
the music,
exciting
man,
to you?
this
Are
is
you
so
like looking
good.
forward to playing any of those, or are you just happy playing Final Fantasy?
I actually don't know a lot about those other games.
Okay.
I didn't look into it that much. I haven't really been informed.
Yeah. I don't know, like, especially for WoW players, like, I have people asking me every single day what I think about all of these new games, so I've been keeping up on a lot of them, and I'm actually really curious to see what's going to happen, because in my opinion, I think that a lot of people that kind of, that get involved with, like, WoW versus Final Fantasy or whatever, like, I think it's just better for both games if both games are good.
I agree completely.
Yeah.
And I hope all these other MMOs that are up and coming are amazing as well. Like, I do not want a situation where only Final Fantasy 14 is king, or any other MMO in that case. It's bad for us, the player.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, it goes back to this thing with like the weird brand loyalty. I really dislike that. I do not like that at all. And
I agree.
Discourage the tribalism
Preach, girl.
in my community very hard. We enforce that pretty hard. We don't enforce a lot besides being civil to one another, but that's one of those things that, like, it's a brand. Remember that. You're the player. We're all players, and we're all on the same team.
Zeppo, so, like, do you play any other games besides, like, Final Fantasy right now? Like, what other games you've been playing?
No, I guess not. I mean, look, when I'm not playing Final Fantasy 14, lately I've been trying to, like, have hobbies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I've been learning how to cook. I have been learning the guitar. You can see the guitar back there. I just got it. I have been reading. I have been, like, going to the gym. I work out fairly often. And so I've just been that time when I don't want to play, working on myself.
Wow, so you're enjoying Final Fantasy to the fullest, and you get to have a life?
Yeah.
What the heck?
But also, I'm making YouTube videos, so that takes a lot of time too.
Do you think that WoW could ever do something to get you to come back and play the game?
They could add bunny girls.
That is probably going to happen. I would not be surprised.
I don't think we can stop them from doing that.
Yeah.
Could, but really, in all seriousness, if they had a massive shift in attitude towards the players,
you'd have to try it
if
again.
they started showing through their actions that they're listening, like, not just once, but over and over, like, show a pattern of listening rather than not listening, show a pattern of setting up the game in a way that players, like, catering to how players want to play the game, rather than forcing the way they want the game to be played on the player. That is the paradigm shift that has to happen before I would even consider playing it in a casual way.
That is exactly what I've said. Yeah, they force people into playing certain ways rather than actually just letting people play the way they want, and designing the game that way. It's happened so long. It's weird because like I feel like WoW players almost like having that happen.
That's exactly why old content, old zones, old everything is abandoned, because they want you to do the new stuff. They don't want you to play the old stuff. Again, same thing. Same problem Destiny 2 has. I love Destiny so much. I really do. But the problem is, I really like some of the old stuff. I want to do some of the old stuff, but you can't. You can't do the old stuff because they don't want you to. They only want you doing what is now. Like old weapons, old raids, old everything. Dungeons. They don't really have dungeons, but you know, old areas, zones, all that stuff is just garbage. It's just useless. And it's really annoying. I really wish you can go back. Like, it's so cool they added Vault of Glass, and sadly, I'm not ready. I can't do it. I'm not geared. I'm not tiered well enough to run it because I haven't played in months and months and months because it's hard to get back into it. It's just because I know the second I walk away for a week, well, not a week, a couple of months, like I'm incapable of doing the new content and the old content's dead. So I'm in this weird void where I can't do anything of value. And it's just not, it doesn't exist in Final Fantasy. It just doesn't.
Because it's just happened so much. It's like this unhealthy, dysfunctional, abusive relationship.
It is.
It's really sad.
It's like there was a time when I was actually watching a lot of YouTube videos about WoW that were just negative, and I was like, man, it's like sick, but there was part of me that liked it. There was part of me that was like, ooh, I like being pissed off about this with everybody. Like, I feel like I'm in the right. And this is like feels kind of good in a fucked up way. I feel like it. It doesn't feel good for long. It doesn't feel good if it goes on and on and on and on, you know?
Yeah. And I have a good feeling that this will probably not be the last time you'll be on the stream. You've been making a lot of really great videos, and we've watched a number of them. I think they've been really good. So thank you very much for that.
Well, thank you so much for having me on. This has been so much fun. I had a great time here today. I'm kind of sad that it's actually almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I kind of need to go to bed. But I really appreciate y'all having me. It's really been a joy. Take care.
Absolutely.
Thanks again. Bye.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
All right, gentlemen. All right. I want to go ahead and explain what's going to happen. On July 3rd.
Final Fantasy.
3rd of July.
Final Fantasy, July 3rd.
The 3rd of July. We will be doing Final Fantasy 14.
Woo-hoo-hoo! It's happening.
Yeah. I will be playing Final Fantasy 14 on the 3rd of July in just a couple of weeks.
Ooh. We gotta like that. We gotta like that. Dang, guys. Dang. That was some good content. That was a good video. Of course it's a good video. I mean, they're professionals. But that was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. We are going to wrap this up for the night, though. I wanted to watch that on stream just because I wanted to watch it, and I wanted to do it now, so we watched it together. But that was awesome. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about it. It was good. I hope it helps a lot of people understand. Chat looked like they weren't malding too bad, so that was good. That was good. I'm sure there's a lot of Final Fantasy stance in chat there for that. Allcraft, because Zeppela did announce. It's funny, I watched like 20 minutes of her stream yesterday, or the day before I was mowing the lawn, and it was just like the last 20 minutes when she was finishing up her raid tier, and then she was like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm going to be on Allcraft, and I was like, oh, okay, so I was very excited to watch that today. We got through a good chunk of story. Our dailies, knocked out our dailies, officially over level 70, so we are ready for current Shadowbringers at our current level. But we got a lot of, I mean, we got to be nowhere right now in terms of Stormblood content. Yeah. Yeah, I think there was 116 quests, and we're maybe 40 in. So, so much left to do. So thanks if you stopped by the stream today. It was actually a good time. I think I'm gonna start doing more videos like I uploaded right before this one, and I hope they're, you know, somewhat well received. But, you know, I may not be as popular, as famous as Asmon, but I've been playing games just as long, and, you know, I try to be very like unbiased when I talk about things and I review things. I have a lot of these conversations with friends and stuff like that, so I was like, you know what, I want to make a video, and that's why I'm calling them hot takes. I made a video kind of talking about the IGN review from yesterday, and well, now technically 2 days ago, because it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning here. And yeah, it was an interesting take, I think. Definitely watch it if you're interested, interested in that kind of stuff. But it was cool to see Final Fantasy at the top of the list. But yeah, again, grain of salt, that whole thing. And thanks for stopping by the stream, and we'll pick it up probably not tomorrow night. My wife's had surgery, and I've been trying to spend as much time as helping her out at night and stuff like that with her medicine and whatnot. But thanks for stopping by if you stopped by, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.